Okay, buckle up, Buttercup, because this is about to get hairy. Literally. My name's Dale, and I'm a recreational paranormal investigator. Emphasis on recreational. Mostly, I chase rustling noises in my attic that turn out to be squirrels with kleptomania. This time, though, I thought I'd hit the jackpot. A genuine, honest-to-goodness werewolf sighting in the backwoods of Kentucky. The story went that something hairy and hungry had been snacking on livestock, and I thought, hell yeah, Kentucky Werewolf Massacre will look great on my YouTube channel. I packed my trusty ghost hunting kit, a recorder from Walmart, a crucifix I bought from a gas station, and enough beef jerky to survive a zombie apocalypse. Because hell, you never know. And headed for the hills. The cabin I rented was your typical horror movie starter pack. Creaking doors, windows that rattle in the wind like skeleton maracas, and a general feeling of dread that clung to you like cheap cologne. This is prime real estate for hauntings, I declared to nobody in particular. Or, a family of raccoons. Either way, content. The locals, predictably, were all tight-lipped about the creature, mostly muttering about bad omens and staying inside after dark. One old woman, bless her cotton socks, even tried to sell me a blessed rabbit's foot for $20. I told her I'd think about it. Night fell, and the woods turned sinister. Every rustle of leaves sounded like a predator on the prowl. Okay, Dale, I muttered to myself. Time to be brave. Or at least, time to not pee your pants. I ventured out, my recorder humming softly. The air was thick with the smell of pine and something else. Something musky and, frankly, a little ripe. Like a gym sock that had gone rogue. I followed a set of tracks in the mud. Big tracks. Definitely not squirrel tracks. More like, holy crap, that's a wolf the size of a small car tracks. Suddenly, a howl ripped through the night. It wasn't your average mournful howl. This was a primal scream of rage that vibrated in my teeth. I felt a shiver crawl up my spine and settle in my bladder. Okay, maybe I should just go back and watch some Netflix. I started, but it was too late. Two yellow eyes materialized in the darkness. Then another pair. And another. I was surrounded. Not by one, not by two, but by a freaking pack of werewolves. They were huge, muscular beasts. Their fur matted with blood. They looked like they just lost a very intense game of dodgeball. Well, this is awkward, I stammered, my voice cracking like a pubescent choir boy. Nice doggies? The lead werewolf, the biggest and meanest looking of the bunch, let out a snarl that could curdle milk. It stalked closer, its breath hot and fetid on my face. You, trespass, it growled, its voice a guttural rumble. Look, I just wanted a YouTube video, I pleaded. I can edit out your faces, promise. The werewolf chuckled, a bone-chilling, laughter of the damned kind of chuckle. Your video will be your last. That's when I decided to go full Evil Dead. All right, Harry Marys, I yelled, grabbing my gas station crucifix. Time for some holy retribution. I charged, brandishing the cross like a weapon. The werewolves looked unimpressed. The crucifix, as it turned out, was surprisingly ineffective. I was thinking this was like me trying to fight a grizzly bear with a paperclip. One of the werewolves lunged, knocking the cross out of my hand. I scrambled backward, tripping over a root. Well, crud. Suddenly, an idea popped into my head. Desperate and probably insane, but an idea nonetheless. I remembered the beef jerky in my pocket. Hold on, fellas, I shouted, pulling out a handful of the greasy processed meat. Don't eat me! Eat this! It's werewolf jerky! Guaranteed to satisfy your primal hunger. The werewolves hesitated. They looked at the jerky, then at me, then back at the jerky. They looked at each other, probably having a silent telepathic werewolf conference about whether or not this dude was completely bonkers. The alpha wolf sniffed the jerky cautiously. Then, with a speed that belied its size, it snatched the jerky out of my hand and devoured it in one gulp. Good stuff, right? I asked. The werewolf grunted in approval. Then, it looked at the rest of the pack. They were all staring at me, their eyes gleaming with hunger? Okay, maybe not the best idea, I muttered. But hey, at least I tried to bribe a werewolf with Slim Jims. How many people can say that? I was still in trouble, though. That's when I remembered something else I brought. A bottle of hot sauce. A little something to spice things up, I yelled. whipping out the bottle. Carolina Reaper madness. It's gonna blow your mind, or at least make your eyes water. The werewolves paused, probably because I was screaming like a banshee. I took a swig of the hot sauce, then started spitting it everywhere. It landed on one of the werewolves. He yelped and started howling and rubbing his eyes. The others backed away from me like I had the plague. "Yeah, that's right," I screamed. "Come get some spicy justice." After creating a zone of hot sauce fury, I made a retreat to the cabin. Once inside, I barricaded the door with everything I could find. The werewolves started clawing at the wood, their roars of rage echoing through the cabin. "All right, fellas," I yelled through the door. "You want me? You gotta get through this." And then I waited till dawn, listening to werewolf howls and scratching at the door. It was a long night, a really long night. The sun finally rose, and the scratching stopped. I cautiously opened the door. The werewolves were gone. I packed my bags faster than you can say hairball, and hightailed it out of Kentucky. Honestly, as far as paranormal investigations go, this one was a little too active. Back home, safe and sound, and smelling faintly of beef jerky and hot sauce, I started editing my video footage. Kentucky Werewolf Massacre. I almost became lunch. The title was perfect. Maybe I don't have what it takes to be a paranormal investigator. But hey, at least I survived a werewolf attack. And that, my friends, is a story worth telling. Especially when you throw in some liberal amounts of hot sauce.